Hi everyone, welcome back to the 100-day series of Heal Your Inner Child. And today we are on day 16th. And today we want to focus on our inner child's comforts. Okay, so what is it that really made you or made the inner child feel comfortable? And when we actually connect with those comfort zones that the inner child felt safe in, what we are doing is, in essence, we are recreating that feeling of safety. And I know we've already worked on it, but we'll have to work on safety in different ways, because the more safety we bring in our being, in our energy, the more avenues and pockets will open up for you to feel that safety in different forms. And if we can have various safety pockets, areas developed for you, then it makes you more and more joyful, happier, resilient, and it actually creates that shield around you that will help you move forward in life. So you understand the importance of safety, and you might feel at times certain, exercises and certain topics that come again and again, or certain like they might be repetitive, but there is a purpose to it. Remember that, okay? It's not all in vain. It's not just to fill up days, to make you to just make you go through certain exercises. No, it's been planned a certain way. If there is a repetition, that has also been, worked upon, so that we have, so that there are, and remember, there are layers, right? And like we say, there are layers in healing as well, right? So sometimes you might have worked on something, and a few days, months later, we work on it again. Why? Because that doesn't mean that you're still stuck where you started. Like, this is a great example that I'd heard of earlier, that think of a spiral, yeah, going up. So every time you are healing, you're going up that spiral. Okay, sometimes when you were here and now on the spiral you're here, you feel like you're on the same point, but no, you've gone up. Every time a healing happens, every time you meditate, every time you work on yourself, every time you sit with your inner child, you're healing, you're moving forward. And even if it doesn't feel like it, you know a person looking at you, will be able to tell the difference. Why? Because sometimes we are in the issue, we are in the middle of our drama, right? So we're not able to see it from that lens. But and that's why, I mean, a lot of it and a lot of this work has to be done on your own, but you also need that support and guide to always, when you work with someone, it gives you that push to, to see these milestones which you probably won't be able to see if you're not really invested in, like, say, journaling, writing down things, being very very super aware, which many of us in our own journeys obviously are not that hyper aware, isn't it? And it's okay, and you don't have to be, right? So coming back to today's ritual exercise, it's all going to be about you know, going back to that comfort ritual. Okay. So we'll reconnect with those simple joys, right? It could be that favorite food, right? And we've done that exercise where we connected with something that we really liked and doing it today. Again, we are going to kind of do something similar, okay? Because like I said, this ritual will open up doorways to safety, joy, basically belonging. Because what happens at that, so if you had this, so I'll give you an example of my own childhood. I used to get, I don't remember, where I used to get sticks from, but maybe I used to use pens or whatever, and I used to, like, paste things on it and make it a doll, make a doll out of a stick, and then just keep playing with it, for hours. And I was obsessed with it and I loved it. So you can recreate something like that from your childhood that you connected with, okay? Or people, play with those little cars, or I also, there was this tea set that I was obsessed with, right? Like little small porcelain, or I don't even know if it was porcelain or not, but like those cups. And for me it was like, wow, like having a tea set. So whatever it was for you, okay, it could be a food, right? um that you connected with, right? Or it could be, basically what happens is when you have that at that moment, when say you were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you went through that experience, you really felt belonged. And belongingness is a very pertinent emotion in our evolutionary uh, lives, in our beings. We all as human beings want to belong, right? As animals, or as a species, it's like a survival mechanism as well, right? Because if you are with the herd, you survive, and if you are left alone, there are very high chances of you being eaten away in the jungle, isn't it? So that mentality is very raw, it's very primal, and it's in all of us, right? So that energy also needs to be fed. That also, that belongingness needs, makes us feel safe at another level, literally, right? So let's start our guided practice today. So just close your eyes, find a comfortable space and close your eyes, okay? Take three long deep breaths, yeah, and place your hand over your heart. Yeah. Now you're probably used to, connecting with your inner child, and that's what we are going to do now. So say silently, or you can say it out loud. Hi, inner child. I'm here with you. I see you. I want to know what brings you joy and comfort. Yeah. Now just close your eyes are closed. Just imagine, go back to a memory, okay, in your childhood where you felt absolutely safe and happy. That one moment where you were just ecstatic, okay? Notice what you were doing. Were you playing? Were you eating a special food? Were you cuddling with a soft toy? Were you reading? Were you singing? Were you dancing? There must be that one moment, right, where that inner child was absolutely ecstatic, where you as a child were ecstatic. Yeah. So now that you're in that memory, bring your adult self in that moment and talk to that younger self, okay? What made you feel happy, safe, and loved in this moment? Yeah. So sometimes I'll give you an example. You might be playing with your cousins, right? And at that moment, the attention, the love, the appreciation, or the um, joy that you felt being in their presence probably made you feel safe, right? So that's what you're trying to get from that younger self, okay? Allow that image or a memory, or a feeling to come. Don't force it, let it reveal itself. Yeah. When you're doing it on your own time, take good 10, 15, 20 minutes to do this exercise, okay? And when you're able to see that memory, right, you're able to feel all the feelings that your inner child is talking about, you're able to, see the people, feel the emotions. Now, I want you to look at that younger self of yours and promise your inner child that you'll recreate that moment today, right? So, of course, if it is a moment with someone, you might not be able to recreate that exact moment. But what I'm talking about is recreating that emotion of safety today, right? So, if it was something like drinking, uh, milk with, biscuits, right? Or drinking hot chocolate, right? Or if it was drawing with crayons, right? or if it was listening to that one particular song that made you happy, right? Or was it wrapping it in your blanket? Whatever it was, and anything that you can recreate today, right? Promise your inner child that to the best of my abilities, I'll recreate that moment today, right? Tell it that I honor what brings you comfort and I choose to give it to you now. Yeah. Now visualize yourself sitting with your inner child while you enjoy this ritual together. So imagine if, being wrapped up in a blanket was something that made it feel comfortable. Imagine both of you are just wrapping up, together, cuddling in this blanket. Yeah. And while you're doing that, feel that warmth, feel that joy, feel that safety. Yeah. And just anchor it in your heart, feel it in your heart, like glow, like a beautiful sunrise. Yeah. Take a deep breath in. And now you can open your eyes and journal, okay, on these 3 points, 3 questions. The first one, what comfortable ritual did your inner child share with you? Okay. What comfortable ritual did your inner child share with you? Second, how did it feel to recreate it as an adult? Yeah. Because now you're an adult, right? And you're recreating it. So, how did that feel? Then, number three, what emotions surfaced during this practice? Right? What emotions surface during this practice? And then for the rest of the day, you can affirm I honor my inner child's joys and comforts. Yeah. I honor my inner child's joys and comforts. And by saying this, you're actually reassuring your inner child that you will take care of its joys and comforts. Yeah. And that's it. That's the beautiful practice for today. So I hope you find the safety that we are looking for today in this practice. And I hope that you can stay rooted in it. Yeah. So until next time, signing off, Anisha Dutt from Zarya Healings.